Yeah, we're ready for real this time.
I'm already recording, so you might as well just start.
He's been fucking with you.
For real. What's up, everyone? This is episode 3.5 of the Rose Podcast. Reason why it's 0.5 is my dumbass didn't hit record the last episode, and it was a shitty week. It was a very shitty week, and then the cherry on top, what I was telling Kenny, is I didn't hit record when I was trying to edit that shit. But I was sad because like no one got to see this. I got you fidget spinners, and I bought this motherfucker 15 fidget spinners. Miguel's fucking with one of them mid-session, and we're just fucking here. I got you.
It's in my car.
Got you 3 more. Enjoy that.
I was like, I have one of my
You should just give them away.
I did. I gave it to one of the girls that has kids. I gave her like a couple.
He's trying to secure the bag,
like,
dude.
okay.
But yeah, we didn't hit, or I didn't hit record, and I told the guys. And I was like, oh, solid episode, but we got a problem. And Miguel goes, no. Oh, no. I forgot. Oh, no. And then I was like, I didn't hit record. So, and then everyone throughout the entire time, make sure Jimmy hits record. I was like, all right, I got it. And then Kenny was watching me.
It was he forgets the Sims cards.
The SD card.
The SD cards. Then he forgets to hit record.
Yeah. And then we had a busy week with the holidays, and then made it matters worse. We also have 4th of July, and you know, it was a very...
Our original one was what, the week after Father's Day?
It was a week after Father's Day, and then next thing you know, we recorded in the audio, but not the video. So the audio's good. It's just the video was non-existent. So
like we said, we're new to this.
User error. Sorry.
Technically, Jimmy's not new to this.
Hey.
We're new to this. Hey, I did my job. I pressed the button. It's just not my fault that it wasn't recording on time.
Anyways, to kind of catch everyone up to speed, how was your guys' 4th of July recently?
Hot as a motherfucker outside.
What are you guys doing? Where'd you go? You said you didn't do much, huh? Because
I
didn't
just
do
stood
anything.
home, barbecued. Couldn't leave my dog by herself. She'll go crazy.
Yeah, you look like
But
a dog too. So
I found out if you give dogs Benadryl,
Yeah, put some sleep.
it'll knock them the fuck out.
Or you could buy him CBD. That's what I gave to my dog, and he was out.
what'd you do?
Even yesterday. Just barbecued at my in-laws. They barbecued. They made burgers. Just hung out. My dad got there, watched the fireworks.
It's not bad. I didn't really do
Got
much.
hit
I was
by
just
one.
tired.
The remains of one that blew up in the air above us.
It was like, I can't see. But I mean, other than that, you know, we had a very busy week with holidays. To make it better, you know, we also had very good turnouts with episode 2's clips. I know it's like a long ways from now, but still we've had like over 20,000. So it's been pretty good. You know, I like it. I think the Fat Friend video is still the number one short clip that we have now on TikTok.
Shout out my little sister.
It beat out Tino's Glizzy Gobbler.
It beat out Tino's Glizzy video. And Tino's Glizzy video is still number 2, but that one is number 1, the Fat Friend one. And
I would have thought the pig one would have been number 1.
the pig
Cotton
one,
Eye Joe.
the pig one is like up there. But you know what's funny? Someone sent me a video, and it was like, I don't know if you guys saw it on my story. It was one of my good friends that I grew up with. He fucking sends me this meme, and it was like, oh, it's a CD of like songs to eat you out to, and it said 12 hours of Cotton Eye Joe. He sends it to me, and what's funny is people were like, this isn't really your song, right? And I was like, no, what the fuck, it's not. It's just, I said, fuck it, why not?
Jimmy's a Sexy Red fan.
I'm a no, bow, like, no, I'm not doing that shit. Ski. No, I don't do that shit. But other than that, we had a very good turnout from the first and second episode, and obviously this is now our 3rd and a half because, you know, I fucked up. But other than that, these guys were fucking laughing. I already know these dudes were fucking absolutely baffled when I was like, I fucked up, y'all. Like, this is what happened. And Miguel's like, I'm fucking dying right now, dude. They were just busting up laughing the entire time. My bad.
The best one was my wife saying, "You guys are all dumbasses."
Bro, everyone just make sure you hits it. Make sure you press the button.
That's the first thing she told me when I said, "Oh, I just got here to record," and she was like, "Don't forget to hit record."
Dude, like I said, dude, it was a long fucking week, or a long day, I should say. Like, I was just annoyed, and I was like, music, editing, and other shit like that. That like puts my mind at ease. And I go to edit. I load up the computer. I put the SD cards in the computer, and I go, and all I see is Jacob pressing record, and then walking back to the seat. And we thought that was implying that he stopped recording. It was the other way around. This dude he got up, pressed the button, sat back down.
Started recording us talking shit pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. And I was like, no. And I was so pissed that I went on this whole like legitimate rant with Kenny about other shit.
He busted a Don.
What the fuck? Like, ready to punch the computer. And I told Kenny, I was like, dude, and to the fucking cherry on top, I go to edit the video. Finally, it's not there. And Kenny goes, no. He's like, bro, no. Like, he just hears me, and I just go like a little sigh, and I'm like, yup, it's not there, so we got to re-record it. But obviously, we made it a little. Now we could talk about it because it makes it funnier. And I was like telling Kenny, I was like, this is actually pretty funny to bring up because it's like, it's actual shit that happened. So it was pretty good. But other than the fuck up that I did and my tism was showing on that, what do you guys have to say about the videos, how the shorts have been and how the reactions been?
Well, I just want to say thank you for all the support. I mean, without you guys, obviously, we wouldn't be doing this. And so we appreciate all the support that you guys have shown us, all the comments, all the likes, all the reactions to it. Just get ready for more and more funnier shit coming your way.
Yeah.
I mean, everybody that I know has been asking me like, hey, when's episode 3? When's it coming out? And I'm just like, even my little sister that watches it, she's like, I know you guys record. When's it coming out? It usually takes you guys like a week and it hasn't came out. And I'm just like,
she's keeping tabs.
She needs to be the manager.
I'm
she
just
needs
like,
to. She needs to.
And then my wife told her, well, they didn't hit record. And she just looked at me and gave me that look like, you guys are retards.
No, dude, she probably blamed him.
Yeah,
She probably just took a deep breath and was like, it was
told
the
her,
fat friend, wasn't it?
No.
Like, which one?
No, she likes picking fights with Jacob. I don't know what it is.
I kind of just want to be there just to see her pick a fight with you.
No, but it's funny because in person she won't say nothing.
Yeah, she won't say nothing. She curls up in a ball and just minds her own business.
Or she just gives him like that look and he's like, I'm kind of scared.
She just looks around real quick and just runs back real quick. Fuck you. Straight up.
No, I told her it was Jimmy's fault. He didn't hit record. And
It was
she's
the
like,
bald friend.
she was like, who's Jimmy?
That's an insult in itself. Who the fuck are you?
I was like, the one that sits in the middle. And she's like, the one that sits next to you? I was like, yeah. She's like, oh, well, when's it coming out? And I'm like, we have to record it again.
She didn't say anything bad besides who. That's it. So she just hates you.
Well, she's met Jacob a couple of times.
I'm around all the time. That's
Oh,
why.
yeah, that's probably why. The second she sees me, you're the fuck up. You're the one that fucked up, huh? But no, it was pretty funny. I can't lie. That was a pretty funny story. I was like, damn, I fucked that up big time. But I was like, we'll bring it up, make a short out of it, and people are gonna be like, you're an idiot. A lot of people have been hitting me up about it. My dad was like completely like shocked that that we had a podcast, and he goes, I'm going to get food with him for like Father's Day, and he goes, hey, hold up. You didn't fucking tell me you had a podcast? Like, dude, I posted it like multiple times and you like it.
2 episodes in.
And I was like, I advertised the fuck out of it. And
So we know you're not the favorite child.
Yeah, I was like, the fuck, dude? And he's just like, he goes, yeah, but you didn't tell me anything. I was like, that makes no sense. You see everything that I post music-wise and like anything else. He's one of the first ones to like it. And he just goes, oh. Well, fuck, it's really good. I like it.
The craziest part is like when I get friend requests, I was like, is that Jimmy's dad following me?
I thought it was Jimmy's burner page at first, and then I clicked on it. And I was like, "Oh, this is Jimmy's dad."
It's a burger pig.
And I was like, let's follow Jimmy's dad
It
back.
says Jim Bowers on it. It's my dad. No, he was he loves it. He was laughing on it, laughing at it, which is really cool because a lot of my friends, my family, they see it too, and they're like, "Oh, when you guys got another one?" And they're like, they always ask me. I think one of my cousins asked me if I still do music. I was like, "Well, yeah, this is just something to like
Little side
a
project.
little side project, which is even more fun because
Some light.
Yeah.
some light because we get to start some shit."
Even my boss is like, why do you have a podcast? What's the whole point? I was like, just to fuck around.
People at my
was-
job find me on TikTok.
I was like, and he goes, I'm just curious because I see all these kids on doing their podcasts and I'm just curious. I was like, man, our podcast is nothing serious. It's just us kind of hanging out. We're just
Shooting the
killing
shit.
time.
We're literally just shooting the
And
shit,
he's
but
like,
being organic.
Oh, okay.
I think the one thing that Ergie said too is like we're genuinely like organic. Because I love this shit that you guys do because you guys are like, you're not trying to be funny. You guys are just fucking organic, and the funniness, like the comedy comes out of it. It's like, well, this is literally a COD lobby, a bar that we're at, or just at somebody's house. This is exactly how it is, just minus the mics and the cameras and shit. But it's pretty fun. I enjoy it a lot because a lot of people that know me from music, they don't see this side of me, so they enjoy it. So like,
And I'm pretty sure if we would like even make it even more hilarious if we got those little mics, put them on and just a little
Go
camera.
out and about.
Go out and about, or when we go hang out and stuff, it'd just be.
Well, you guys said you guys wanted to
Disaster.
do that at Disneyland.
we do, but yeah, you're the ones who I don't want to go to. If you guys don't want to put money into that rat.
Yeah, fuck
I know.
that rat.
FY, fuck you, Jimmy. Going to Disneyland without me.
Hey man,
I got a pass too, and I live down the street, so you don't even have to
he
pay
was
for
probably
fucking
staring
parking.
at the from his apartment, and he goes,
With the little Disturbia fucking binoculars.
"He's like, who the fuck is that bald bitch?"
I hope you were there when the fucking roller coaster got stuck.
He's the reason it got stuck.
I actually didn't go on it, bitch. I went on the Grizzly River Rapids though.
You don't ride, big boy, ride.
Hey,
He said you went on Glizzy River Rapids.
that's Tino's ride. I went on Grizzly River Rapid. I got
that 3
soaked
times
as
fast.
fuck. Grizzly River. I got fucking soaked, dude. I fucking thought I was gonna have like Rosado and shit.
You were gushy or what?
Yeah, I was nervous. But it was pretty cool. It was hot as fuck though. We definitely need to go. We'll go. Don't look at me like that. We'll go. And we gotta bring this one. He's gotta come with
This
us.
one has a name, bitch.
Cause well you keep that rat. You gotta go with us.
Yeah, bro. I'm not gonna pay $15 for a fucking water bottle.
Dude, just think about it. If you hit California first,
We're in
And you-
California.
California Adventures, jackass, and then you could get 2 drinks at every little stop that sells alcohol. By the time you walk out of there or go across to Disney, you're already fucked up.
Yeah, and then if you start off at Disneyland, like I go early, but if you start off at Disneyland, the wait times are like a lot less. And then at 11, if you have the park hopper, you can go to California Adventure, start grabbing a bunch of drinks, drink a fuck ton over there, and then waddle your ass over to Disneyland, and then go back on those rides. It's actually pretty fun.
And the best part is you could buy both drinks at the same time. They don't question nothing. They're like,
They don't.
There's not a limit.
well, the
No.
limit is
Purchase.
2 per purchase. So if you go and ask for 2 drinks, they literally give you 2. They don't ask where's the other person. They just give you the 2, and that's your limit at that spot. And then you finish those 2 drinks, and you find another spot. you just-
And it's actually pretty fun. We don't have to go like all the time. Just
one time.
go around this time. It's pretty fun. And then going on rides where you get wet, especially in this heat. It was actually pretty.
You just like being wet,
Yeah,
huh?
that's what I was gonna say. You like being wet. You like
First of all,
you like your
it's-
head being wet so people could rub it.
You feel
Shut
like a
up.
little
First
seal?
of all, it's hot as fuck. When I'm sweating, my balls are stuck to my thigh, and that shit feels like Velcro when you try to take it off. I was like, I'm just
Why are you
trying
wearing
to
tight pants?
not wearing tight
You can
pants.
give yourself a yeast infection.
I just have big legs.
Yeah.
I have big
Tight
legs.
jeans.
What are you squatting?
I haven't weightlifted like that in a while. I can tell you my leg press.
We talking about real man lifts.
I can tell you about leg press. You just sent me fucking Bluey. Fuck you. Fucking send me Bluey saying I look like that. My leg press is like 815 though.
Bluey, you look like fucking Peppa Pig's little brother.
Dude, people who said the thing about the Porky Pig noises, like, oh, you make those noises and you look like him. No, it wasn't you. I know who it was. I
It
know
was a
who
random
it was.
comment.
It was a random
someone-
comment. It was somebody I know.
Yeah.
because they're assholes. But I enjoy that. Is pretty much what I'm saying. I enjoy the hell out of that stuff because people get to see
I
that
don't know.
side.
The only one that insults me is Zach,
Zach.
but I stay out of him.
Zach got
because-
a hate boner from Miguel.
Yeah.
It's the same. Yeah, because isn't that one that rages all the time?
Yeah, Roid Rage Zach.
Rude.
Every time if we play with them and then he sees me get on, he goes, "Oh boy, here we go again."
Oh shit.
Here we go. We got the
again.
fucking Make a Wish kid playing Call of Duty. Here we go.
That's the shit he says.
he tells me.
That's fucked up, dude. It's not as bad as.
And then I
fucking
get a kill and he
Gizmo.
goes, "Oh, everybody start clapping for him. He got a kill."
It's not as bad as fucking Gizmo though. Talks all that shit
And it sucks.
and he sucks.
He's at a disadvantage, bro. He's playing with 9.5 fingers.
I don't give a fuck.
They sell remotes for that.
Yeah.
He can't reach that back paddle on the remote.
This shit's a fucking nub. No, dude, he's the type of person that has to wear one of those fucking. You literally called it the helmet foreskin. He's the type of person that has to wear that every day. Like you got to
He
fucking.
wears it under his hard hat.
He has to when he works. He's got to wear a helmet foreskin, and then he's got to wear fucking something like a prosthetic that fits that half, the other half. He's got to wear that every day though, and it has caution on him. The dude's fucking.
Ocean Nightmare.
What made you think of that? Ocean Nightmare. What made you think of calling it a helmet foreskin, or did you hear that first?
No, that's legit. That when I seen it, I was just like, "Oh, it's a helmet foreskin, bro." Because we've all played football. We obviously know once you strap up, you know it's go time. But then to strap up and then to have to put an additional pad over your head, what's the point in that?
Rugby has that, no?
Now they do.
I
didn't-
thought they've always had it.
No,
I never.
Well, some players would wear it before, not a lot of them, but now they've been wearing it more and more.
It makes more sense with rugby though. They don't have anything.
Yeah,
They don't have nothing.
But everybody knew if you're playing rugby, it's because
you don't give a shit about your body.
yeah,
Like, fuck it, free CTE.
like
right
a lot of
here.
the football players that I played with during like off season, they played in rugby leagues outside.
The rugby is like no fucking joke. I've seen that, but I've seen them wear those more than anyone. And then I mean, football practices they would wear it during practices, but not actual games.
Yeah, not actual games, but now
They have the option.
they have the option to.
Do you think people are going to?
Yep.
I think DBs and receivers,
Like,
Even running backs. I see running backs.
some
wearing
running
it.
backs.
Yeah.
damn, that'd be. I hope they don't make it like mandatory.
No, they won't
No.
make
You
it.
think they'll make it optional first?
I think it's going to remain optional.
We'll see. We'll see. Fucking
To me, the helmet itself already has enough padding.
yeah. On the
Now, if you're
inside.
leaning in with your head like a jackass, that's your fault.
You don't know how to tackle.
Yeah.
That's true. I
Because I don't know about you guys, but I would always deflate the ear pad right here because I didn't like the way how it would just push up on you. So I like to have a little bit of room in my fucking helmet. So I would have them take some
I
air
had
out
a
of
little
the.
bit of wiggle room.
Yeah, I would always have them
I did.
take
I
out
did too.
take
So-
out some of the air from that
So
ear pad.
even with wrestling, when I wore my headgear, it's like extremely padded, and I have to tighten the straps because of how padded it is. But I had to make it not super tight, but tight enough to where like it's not going to completely go from here to here, because obviously you need it. Unless you're, you need it because of your cauliflower ear when you build up that cartilage. But I could see the difference whenever I would put on a football helmet. My dad would sometimes like deflate the air every now and then and fix it. And then with the headgear I had, we had I think it was Cliff Keen, and the padding on that was very, very secure. But it's just like football with the earpiece on there. But I've never had to wear those pieces over my helmet. I think we would wear just the sleeve to see who's on defense, who's on offense during practices, but I've never seen anyone wear like the actual
Sleeve.
like you never had those helmet sleeves without the padding where you put over the helmet?
Oh,
You know what I'm
like
talking
the
about.
colored ones.
Yeah.
oh, okay.
No, we didn't have those.
No.
They had us throw on some like color
That's what
jersey
we
over or something.
My
yeah.
school was broke as fuck. The only one that had a different color jersey was the quarterback.
That was like junior All-American though. I only played football for 1 year, but I never wore no fucking helmet foreskin and shit. I would wear I think the only thing we wear that was different was shells, but during the heat. It was just that was pretty much it.
Shell practices were the shit.
Shell practices were the shit because we would go in the heat, we would not 100% full go when we're running plays, but then after that, we would go to the pool.
But the one thing about shell practices that I know, if you're running shells, you're conditioning like a motherfucker afterwards because you ain't in full pads. And there's certain times you got to meet now because you're not as restricted in fucking football pants and shit like that.
With us, like over the summer that we did like the double days of Hell Week, the first practice in the morning was full pads. Second one was shells, and that's what we knew. We're like, fuck, we're gonna condition. Like, there's no the second practice. And that's all it really was just conditioning.
Maybe that's why your school was good, bro, because you guys did 2 a days. My school fucking was buns.
My school was buns.
You guys also over here, the heat is completely different.
My school was not that like solid with football. I think there was like 1 year after I graduated where they actually went to the playoffs, but they had Bosco first round. But they made it to the playoffs. So,
but now they can't even have double days.
It's not no more.
No. See, I have changed it. They're not allowed to. They're
Make
only allowed to have
football great again.
Yeah, like honestly, double days was like the best because you literally spent all day with your team, and honestly, to me, it made the team get closer together and play more as a team because you guys literally spent all day together.
We need to make hats like the Trump hats, but instead of "Make America Great Again," make football great again, and then just put like the little team logos under it.
That's true.
A lot of people won't make those hats. So.
No one's got the balls.
No, because it's a trademark.
No one's got the balls.
If we did it like just make football great again, then that's fine. But I think if we put like the logos, try to get the team logos, they wouldn't. We'd have to find someone that's willing to do it, that does it like in their garage or something.
Instead of like a college or a professional team, the high school teams.
Yeah.
Make football great again.
Mine would look like Texas Tech because that's Tustin's logo.
Stop being a bunch of pussies. Make football great again.
Make it look like fucking NFL blitz all over again. We're trying to see fools get smacked up. I remember, who was it? I was just talking to him about it. There's a dude that plays baseball. He used to play football at Corona High School. Tristan Beck. He plays for San Francisco now as a pitcher, but he was a quarterback at Corona, and dude got fucking clocked on a varsity game. And we went just because my sister was in cheer and my dad wanted me to go too. So we're like, all right, cool. This dude goes out of bounds. I forgot what school he faced. He went out of bounds real quick, like usually what quarterbacks do just to not lose yardage. And he goes, and then someone just comes in, whack, and he broke his collarbone. And I was like,
kill shot.
Just straight, just fucking execution, just whack. And I used to love drills like that where you kind of go in a corner, or Oklahoma's.
Yeah, the extra or Oklahoma's.
Oklahoma.
That's how I broke my leg when I was like in middle school. My first year ever playing football, doing Oklahoma drill, and fucking my first year. So I'm real privy to some of the stuff, but not knowing some of the drills and stuff. So I didn't know in the Oklahoma drill. Obviously, you're laying on your back, whistle blows, get up as fast as you can, and you're trying to fucking run over the guy on the other side of you. I didn't know. Well, then again, too, it's two linemen, so we run right at each other. But I feel myself going back, so I stop chopping my feet. And so when I go back, and the big motherfucker that I was going against falls on top of me, and I broke both the bones in my right leg, my tib and fib.
How long were you? Were you like in a fucking mobilizer or
a what?
Like the mobilizer, the big old thing.
Yeah. So my first cast, it was over my knee, and then after that, I think after my second one,
probably a little bit below your knee.
Yeah, they put it right below my knee. And the thing that sucked about it was during the summer, so I was in a cast all summer, bro. And if you don't know what a cast smells like,
I never had one.
I had one.
It fucking sucks. And then when it itches, bro,
it's bad.
It's bad. I was sticking everything, pencils, hangers, fucking anything that would fit, because obviously your leg's swollen, so when your leg swells down a little bit, you're able to fit bigger shit in there and you just fucking scratch. But then again, too, your leg swells down, shit can go in, bro. I remember because fucking my house every summer gets attacked by ants, and I remember one time I was sitting outside and fucking there was a little ant fucking hill, and fucking I ended up getting a couple ants in my fucking thing, and I was just trying to fucking figure out how to get them out and shit like that. I ended up spraying the little ortho thing in there, and that killed them, but made my cast smell like shit.
Fuck that. I've never had... What did I have? So I never had a cast, but I've always had to wear like the immobilizer for my shoulder. So when I had surgery on my shoulder, I had to wear like one of those where it's like the Velcro strap on the wrist and you hold on to it. Because one, even if I wanted to, I couldn't go like this without my shoulder being in pain. But I had to hold it like this for like a few days, and I was just like, I can't move. But I never had a cast, thankfully.
No, I had a cast when I shattered my wrist
What did you do to your wrist?
playing soccer. Well, I wasn't even playing soccer. Our game had ended. My brother was playing his game, and me and the coach's son, which if he watches this, fuck you, Richie. He was on the phone. I don't know if he was on the phone with his girlfriend or what it was, and he was just kicking the ball, and I was catching it like goalie, right, and rolling it back, and like nothing. And all of a sudden, he just launches it as hard as he can. He kicked the ball, and I blocked it. Hence, I wasn't wearing gloves, like goalkeeper gloves. I just saw my middle finger come and touch this right here on my arm and just like slung back. And I instantly fell down in pain. And then they took me to urgent care. They gave me like one of those soft casts, but when they showed me the x-ray, all the little bones you got in here were just like scattered.
Fuck that.
And then when I went to get a cast, they popped them back all in place. And then they casted me. They kept my wrist like this. I looked like on a little because my wrist was like this, so all the bones could heal in place. And they casted me all the way up to here.
You know who had the cast like that? That fucking their hand was like this? Jesse.
Oh, really?
Jesse in middle school.
Well, I was in middle school, and I was like this, and then finally, when they put it straight, but I get what Jacob says because it gets fucking itchy. That you just like stick anything. I'd be in class just like scratching away because it's fucking itchy.
Hell no. It was hard when I had to get put in a mobilizer because I had to keep it on here. So senior year, I was at a tournament. I was seated top 6. I defaulted to 8th because my shoulder went out. And the next day, I was in class and I couldn't even this is how fucking stupid I looked. I was like this in English, just.
Oh, that's how I couldn't even do.
I had to take off the Velcro quick, but I was in excruciating pain and I tried to write because if I wrote my left, it's so
And then I had this
stupid.
social studies teacher. He fucking hated me. And then all the other teachers gave me a pass on the written work. They said just write it the best you can with your other hand. I get it's gonna look all sloppy. This fucking social studies teacher is like, I don't care how you do it, but I want it legible. And I was just like,
that's fucked up.
See, the good thing about breaking my leg and shit was they gave me extra time to go to class. If I went to the restroom, they wouldn't question why I was gone so long. I'd get let out early from class so I could go to lunch a little bit early to beat the line, but I would always take my lunch. So I'd just be there chilling before fucking lunch got out.
They do that for me in high school when I fucked up my knee. And they let me take someone to help me because I had my crutches to carry my backpack. So me and my homie Giacomo, he was in football. He was like, are you going to take me? I was like, yeah, bitch, let's go. And I just tell the teacher, hey, he's going to help me with the backpack every time. So he'd get out and he'd even help me. We'd get out. We'd go down once the teacher couldn't see us. And then he'd be like, I'd be like, give me my backpack. And I'd put my backpack on and then I'd go and he'd go do his own thing just so he got out of class early. Because they'd let me out 30 minutes before the bell would ring.
Oh, shit.
So he'd go wait for his girl at her class while I went to go.
In your guys' high school, did you guys have off-campus lunch?
Yeah. But it was only for the upper class. So once you were a junior and senior.
See, for us, it was only seniors. So I remember being a freshman, bro. And being a freshman and then being in football, you make friends with the upperclassmen and shit. Obviously, they fuck with you a lot, but once you get to know them or they get to know you, whatever, you get cool, whatever. I remember, bro, jumping in the trunks of fucking cars and fucking the way my high school is, bro. There's a hill to get into the high school. You got to go down a hill. So to get out, you have to go back up that hill. But during lunch, there would be a campus supervisor or a campo up there, and they'd be checking IDs and shit to make sure
you have that little sticker.
Yeah, you have that little sticker or that little hole punch on your ID or whatever, so you can go off campus, bro. I remember being in the trunk, oh God, please don't check the trunk, please don't check the trunk, and then we'd be rolling up, and then when you get to the top of the hill, and then they would honk, or whoever was sitting in the backseat would hit the backseat that would collapse. And you just fucking crawl out, or they would open the trunk and you hop out, close the trunk, hop in the car.
Just posted up. He's just I can't move.
I got caught one time, but I was with Zach, and he was just fucking. I think we were leaving in the middle of second or third period. We were gonna just go fucking get food and then come back for lunch. We are gonna take a long ass lunch, and fucking we get to the top or whatever. And there's a campo up there. We didn't think there would be up there that early. We're like, fuck. And so we get up there, and he's already 18. So he can check himself out of school already.
Yeah.
I wasn't. So fucking, when we got up there, you know, I played stupid, you know, like, oh, fuck, you know, where's my ID or whatever. And she was like, I know you playing fucking dumb. She was like, you better hop out this fucking Jeep and get the fuck. Or he had a Bronco. He had like an OJ style Bronco.
Oh.
It was matte black, bro, with fucking red velvet interior. It looked like a 70s porn studio inside of this fucking inside the Bronco, but it was matte black on the fucking outside, bro. That was like one of the best cars in high school that were in the fucking parking lot. And I was just like, fucking. He looked at me. He was like, "So you just gonna wait for her to open the door for you, or?" And so fucking, I got out, had to walk my stupid ass down with the campo to the front office, do all the paperwork and shit for trying to leave, and then fucking ended up serving a couple days in detention. I think I served like 2 lunches in detention, and then finished it out.
I never did the off-campus lunch, but I got early dismissal. I didn't tell my dad.
No, I was like Zach, son. Senior year, started senior year. I was already 18, so I just do whatever I wanted, and they wouldn't even. I just walk out, and they'd be like, "Have a good day, Miguel."
See, I didn't have that. I was.
But
like
I tell them a lot of times,
17.
like, "Oh no, I'm coming back. I'm just gonna go grab food," and then I'm coming back, and they're like, "All right," But I also had early dismissal. I was so ahead of credits because I would do summer school to get ahead.
That's what I did.
And then,
That's
so
what I did.
Senior year, I only had, what was it, English, and I forgot what other class that was. Oh, government. That was mandatory. All my other classes were like electives, or I was office aide, or super stuff like that.
That was mine.
So like after I took government 0 period, so I would go in at 6:30 in the morning, and then English was second period. So after second period, I sometimes dipped. So it was like 10 o'clock in the morning. I was already going home.
For I think junior or senior year was just English and government for me, but first period was wrestling. I was just in the weight room, and then second period was video production. So I was just in there editing shit. And then third period was English. Fourth period I was just in TA, but I would go to first lunch and second lunch, and then fifth period was government, and then I would just leave.
Oh yeah, the summer going into senior year was the first time I ever did summer school. I did health because I hadn't taken it yet, so I did health, and then starting the year, I started off with film study. So we would watch movies and shit, and the teacher in there was cool as hell, Miss Diefenbacher, may God rest her soul. She was cool as hell, and we would leave to go get food, and she'd be like, "Just bring me back something, please." So we'd go to there was a Jack in the Box, Del Taco, a little Mexican spot right there. So we'd always like just bring her something back, and then we'd pretty much not get excused, but we wouldn't get told on and shit like that. And then she was just like, "Okay, well, we watched this movie, so you got to do your little research on it and turn in whatever assignment it is."
Oh, that's dope.
And then
That's all you did in that class was just
watch movies, yeah, film study,
and just learn about like what the movie's about, or
kind of, yeah,
They like write about it.
yeah,
My brother, I think my brother
dissect the
took film
movie, you
study.
know.
I kind of did that in video production, but it was more in the sense of, okay, we're learning about silent films. Like, this is what our project has to be on. We have to make a silent film. End of the year or end of the school year would be make a short film. So we do that. I also edited the they used to do this news thing, second period every morning, but we did it live. So it used to be pre-recorded, and then we did it live, and then went back to pre-recorded, but back to live. I would be the main editor there, following like transitions and doing all that other shit, titling. So I would do all of that. So I was there in that class for 3 years, I think, but it was a pretty good class.
No, yeah, and she was the drama teacher too. So that class was in like the theater where they had all like the drama club shit and everything. And yeah, if we didn't go off campus to go get breakfast or whatever, I'd be in there knocked the fuck out.
He left campus to find his fidget spinner. That's what he did.
Who?
Him.
I was like, those weren't even a thing back then.
They were.
Probably. They weren't called fidget spinners back then. No. You weren't fucking... Have you found any fidget spinners now?
No, just the ones you gave me.
I sent him one on TikTok.
And he just, what?
Oh, I seen that one, yeah. I did the same, like how we were talking about earlier. I just gave him the good old
Now,
like.
I just thought about this too recently. I was like, you know what? He has a certain requirement for a fidget spinner. If you met, right, what was the fidget spinner? They're like petite Latina, right? But she's in like
5'1" or under.
But she's like the WNBA. Would you still date her?
It's a good thing I know how to climb a tree.
That tree's gonna snap.
The tree. she's like, whoa, motherfucker, whoa. Yeah, fucking. You wouldn't have like if it was like. I saw it on like Instagram. What's her name? Like Kelsey Plum.
Kelsey Plum?
Yeah, Kelsey Plum. She's liar. You go for like Brittany Griner or something. You fucking freak.
No, what's the chick on the Sparks?
The white
The
chick
one from Iowa.
No, that's Caitlin Clark. That's a dude. But
I was like,
but no, the chick on the Lakers or on the Sparks.
it's
the white
Lakers.
chick, right?
Cameron Brink.
You would.
Cameron Brink.
I think that's your only exception.
That's
from
not my
fidget
cup
spinner.
of tea right there. But if I
will
were to
be.
make an exception to the rule, it'd be that one.
It's like coffee with too much creamer in there.
Yeah,
Dabble in that.
a little bit.
So that's the only exception. If like
Only
you couldn't
exception.
find a fidget spinner, but then you had like a fine ass like WNBA player,
Yeah, her or Kelsey Plum.
and you just be like, you can fuck up my credit any day of the week. And he's like, I'll spin this fidget any day of the week.
he still wants to get at that chick that fights in the UFC, and I told him she's
Oh.
gonna beat your ass.
I'll let her.
Oh,
It's
dude,
out
I
of
was
love.
fucking with him.
Tracy Cortez.
I was fucking
Yeah.
with him because he sends me the
Oh, yeah, he
thing,
did.
and I was like, I didn't know you were into that. And he goes, not her, dumbass, fucking Cortez. I was like, I know.
You
don't
have
want-
seen the things on TikTok? It was like and they have that song of "When I Die, I Go to Snow Bunny Heaven" or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's the dudes that they Photoshop shit. I think my shit would be like Violet Myers, Tracy Cortez, Kelsey Plum, and then Cameron Brink.
And
And then on the
Violet
little
Myers,
side-
Fifi.
And then on the side, you gotta have the Canes. You gotta have Hooters. You gotta have a Ram truck because Ram trucks are the best fucking truck in the world.
And
So
then
they're not worth anything.
the song at his funeral is "There Goes My Hero" by Foo Fighters. And it's just fucking
So
just
you gotta-
sitting there.
you
You got a wing.
No, bro, you gotta play the Creed. You gotta play the Creed anthem right there.
Fucking jeez. Like let's say
You gotta, and at my funeral, everybody has to drink a twisted tea.
we all raise our TTs.
No, you don't raise them, you shotgun them.
You shotgun 'em?
and
Nah.
twisted teas.
I think those are easy to shotgun.
they are.
They're pretty easy. One time my drunk ass
Unless
shotgunned
you're
a Truly.
my brother-in-law.
Yeah, don't let his brother-in-law open up your shotgun.
Why?
He sprays everybody.
He sprays it. He deliberately tilts it down at you and pokes the hole and fucking sprays you down.
Fuck that. I'd be dipping. That's yours, motherfucker. No, I remember getting so drunk once that someone gave me like a can, and I was like, "Are we shotgunning this?" Yeah. And obviously, I'm at the drunk phase where it's just like, whatever, like it's there. I shotgun it, cleared it, and then they're like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like, "What?" And they like flip the can. It's fucking Truly. And then I just let out like a like just burped, bro. It was all bad, but it was
You drink Trulies?
my mom does.
I was just
But
saying, gay.
Gay, gay, gay. That's how he's gonna pull up meeting his fidget spinner. Yay, 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 yay. He's like, you know how many twisted teas I could drink? 2. That's how many you drink, motherfucker. At the same time. But if you had a fidget spinner, you know, what's your take on like the relationship stuff? No double standard shit.
Yeah, no double standard.
You're not gonna go for that.
It has to be pretty equal. And I mean, like, I'm old fashioned, so like, I don't believe in that 50-50 stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's nice. But I don't know. My grandpa was my father figure growing up, so I was always taught like, you know, the man pays for everything. You know, you open the car door for her, you close it for her. You open up the door for her, you close it for her. You pull out the chair, push it in for her, whatever, stuff like that. And you know, that's just how I was raised and stuff like that. You know, what is it? Chivalrous?
Chivalry, yeah. I'm a old school type of person too. I just kind of learned that. Just we all have goals, you know, getting married, all that stuff. But obviously not right now, but like as we move on, as we get older. But I've never been one for like double standard shit. People make me laugh on social media when they be talking to me about double standards and like, oh, all men ain't shit, all women ain't shit. let's be fair. Let's be honest. In both sides, there's some that aren't shit on the men's, and there's some that aren't shit on women's. It's like you can't tell me that an OnlyFans model is gonna tell a guy that he ain't shit, but she's out here, you know, making. Granted, you're making bread, but you're showing your ass, talking about how you want this, and that, and then here you are. You can get people barking like my fucking grandpa. That's a lot of pussy, you know.
like that OnlyFans model that has her little brother on her podcast, and he always calls her out for her shit.
Bro, that shit was low key funny as
Who's
fuck.
that?
I forgot her name.
I forget her name, but she had her little brother on there, and then she was trying to give him advice, and he basically said, "Who are you to give me advice about school and stuff?"
He's like, "You have OnlyFans."
He goes, "You have a bachelor's degree for what? You wasted our parents' money. You're OnlyFans model. That's all you're known for."
Yeesh.
And then she was like, "Why are you telling me this?" He goes, "Because it's true." He goes, "Don't give me advice when you didn't even follow your own advice."
Who's the guy? Who's the kid with like the hair? Like, I forget his name. Is it Matan or some shit? He's got like an accent. He goes, "Have you seen the video where these girls like surround this kid in a podcast?" And he goes, like, they're talking about how they're intelligent or whatever. He goes, "Name me 10 books," and she couldn't name 10 books. Have you seen that? Dude, I gotta show you that.
Oh, the one where they get like all these girls and it's just two of them.
Yeah.
And they're asking him like all these questions.
And he goes, "Name 10 books." She goes, "What? Name 10 books." And she goes, "I don't know." Like, she didn't name anything. And it's like, well, then don't come at that shit. Like, it's pretty funny because I'm very respectful. I like to, you know, I'll roast people that roast back. That's just how it is. It's never out of like malintent. But at the same time, like, I will match the energy. If someone's gonna tell me something, be like, well, you could just shut the fuck up. Like, I'm not one for confrontation. I hate confrontation.
I love confrontation.
I know you do,
Yeah.
but I think it just depends. Like if we're all hanging out and somebody comes in and just tries to make it disrespectful, then I'll like what the
Then
fuck?
you gotta be careful too, because now in this day and age, bro, so many people are fucking soft. Fucking soft like Charmin toilet paper, bro.
Did
You
you
gotta
guys,
be careful.
Did you guys hear Mexico T's he was on a podcast and that's what he was talking about.
About how people are
being
soft? Bro, people are fucking soft.
I saw it on TikTok and I saved it because I showed it to my wife. I was like, dude, he has a point. The way we were raised, like, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like, you were raised by your grandpa and your mom and your grandma. Obviously, they're like, I don't know, first generation here, second, I don't know. But it's true, as the generations go on, they just get softer and softer. I grew up, obviously, my parents came here. I'm technically first generation born here. But they raised me how their parents raised them. And that's why I'm not soft. My little sister's not soft. My sister and my brother's not soft. My other sister's not soft, even though she acts like an idiot sometimes.
It all goes back to that one thing. There's like a saying. It's like it takes a broke father or a struggling father to raise a hardworking son, and then it takes that hardworking son to raise a soft child because that child gets everything they want.
Yep.
You know, everything gets handed out to them.
And that's why I told like Bella, I told her, look, I get it. And she's all for it. I was like, when we have kids, I'm going to treat them the same way my dad treated me. No, he never hit me. But he'd yell at me. And it was kind of yell that I knew, oh shit, I fucked up. He could give me a look. To this day, if he gives me a look, I'm like, I should shut up.
You know what they need to bring back? Beating your goddamn kid, bro. There's too many fucking kids I see out and about. And I'm like, damn, if I would have did that shit, my mom would have fucking fucked me up.
My dad would smack the shit out of me. My mom never did. My mom tried, and she hurt herself. She said, "I don't know what the fuck she did." Fucking
slapping that big
my
cranium.
mom,
my arm. She goes, like
my mom would do the whole. You want to cry? Give me a reason. I'm gonna give you a reason to make you for you to cry.
That's how my dad was. My dad was like brutal, dude.
But also, like, the things that they would do is like, you want to play on the weekends of PlayStation 2? Okay, here's your list of chores. All this has to be signed off by me or by your dad for you to get 30 minutes on the PlayStation on Saturday. Or you do all this and you don't use it. If you decide not to use it 30 minutes, it rolls over to next weekend. If you do it again, then you now have an hour. But it's like, you have to work for it. Nowadays, everybody just goes, here you go.
Yeah.
That's why now, like, even though, like, when all these people are like, we can't find a job. It's like, no, it's not that you can't find a job. You don't want to work.
Want a job. You don't want to work.
I hate those types of people, bro. Like, the thing is too, and I'm very like, when people ask me, it wasn't like this as of now, but back then, like 2016, 17, people used to ask me that I wanted to get into music. Well, I want to do this, I want to do that, and I said, well, first things first. If you dream big on that, and not to sound like some sort of hippie and shit, but you can do anything you put your mind to. Like, people like to fuck with me about music. I mean, we crack jokes, but those same people are listening. You know, it's just like the podcast. People are always cracking jokes about the podcast, but they're eager to listen because it's like, yes, we're cracking jokes most of the time, but there's also times where we're spitting a little bit more knowledge than what people think. I do agree. People got to fucking beat their kids. Like, I'm not saying put them in a fucking coffin, but I'm saying fucking, what the fuck did you just say? Like, backhand him. Like, my dad used to be on my ass.
Yeah,
bro.
I mean, you know, a little hand mark on the cheek or on the back or on the butt, whatever, you know, that ain't never fucking kill somebody.
Yeah.
Because I'm fucking, like, I wasn't as scared of my mom when I was a kid. It was my grandpa I was scared of. Because obviously, you know, I'm not trying to be sexist or anything, but women don't produce the power a man can behind a swing. And so if I would act out or whatever, my mom would be like, all right, well, wait till grandpa finds out what you did or, you know, or how you acted, whatever. And then I hear, get down here. And so go down. And it was either the majority of the time it was the belt or the hand. But there were some times where I was a little badass, whatever, and he would just grab whatever was near him. I got hit with a fucking ironing cord. I think that was the one that hurt the most. You know, you ever get hit so hard you let out that scream, but nothing comes out?
The mute?
Yeah, just sitting there.
My mom had this like belt. It was like a studded belt, but where the little loops were, had these like little metal rings.
Oh, yeah.
Dude, we saw that belt. We were running as fast as the front door and run to the street and run as fast as you can. And she'd say, you could run. I'm going to get you anyways.
Now, my dad, I think
You gotta
dad,
sleep sometime.
Yep.
she's like, someone's getting knocked out, and it ain't me, motherfucker. Like, straight up. My dad would, I was the one that got hit the most. And I don't give a fuck how many times he denies it's the truth. And I only know because I have 3 older sisters, right? I have an older brother who's the oldest, and my 3 older sisters. Then there's me and my little sister. My 3 older sisters and I used to live in an apartment with my mom and my dad when they were still together. Those 3 bitches, I love them to death. Sometimes they annoy the fuck out of me. Love them to death. But those 3 bitches decided we're going to put water on a light bulb. So they put water on a light bulb that was on, and that shit exploded. We were all kids. You know who they fucking blamed when my dad came in hot and heavy? They blamed me. Fucking assholes. And guess who got beat? Me. And to this day, if I bring up that story at all, they're fucking crying.
It was your fault.
I was like, all of a fucking sudden, it's my fault. And then, what's funny is I remembered that story, just not in detail. But when one sister brings it up, the other 2 are busting up laughing. And then all 3 of them are in tears. They're like, I fucking remember. And then my dad just goes, I'm sorry. I was like, well, you're 20 plus years too late, old man. Fuck, catch you lacking now.
Yeah, like
my dad would beat the fuck out of me.
Even the other day, me and Bella had to grab some things because she was making a pasta for 4th of July. And we went to Albertsons. There's this little girl throwing a freaking tantrum inside Albertsons. And the mom's like sitting there with her. I was like, we're not leaving here until you apologize. And I'm just like, take her ass outside, take her to the car and give her a beating, guarantee she'll never do that shit again.
Yeah.
It's like, you want to go to the bathroom? We'll go to the bathroom. That's what my dad used to do. You want to go to the bathroom right now? I was like, no. He goes, well.
You know what mom would get me with? She'd get me with the fucking ear tug.
Oh, my mom would grab
my dad.
That's why, like, Bella would grab my sideburn and pull it. I'm like, dude, I'm so used to it now. My mom would grab us from the sideburn and just like yank it straight up and pull it. Dude, we were
like,
freaking.
I'd always buzz my head would always get buzzed as a little kid, so there wasn't her to grab. But I had big ears for when I was a little kid, so she'd just fucking yank me by the ear, and then it's all red.
No, my dad would pull me by the ear. When he would spank me, he had the belt, and there's times where he would miss like my ass and hit me in my lower back. That shit would hurt, dude. That motherfucker can swing.
Like, I'm growing up, I was like, my mom would hit us and yell at us and everything. And like I said, I was not afraid of my mom as much as I was at my dad. The moment she said, I'm going to call my dad, or I was at school getting in trouble, they're like, we're calling your dad. I was like, oh, fuck. My dad never hit us. Hence, never. But the moment I heard, we're calling your dad, or I'm calling your dad, or watch when your dad comes home, I'm like, my heart would just drop.
Don't call him. Leave him. He's not. He's busy. Just all
Yep.
like, don't say me. No,
He's at work. He can't.
He can't answer.
But we could settle this here. We could keep it in these walls.
Yeah. And a lot of my like middle school teachers, they already knew, because, and the most fucked up part was, it was like a back to school or open house something in middle school, and and it was 8th grade. So my brother was in middle school, in the same middle school. So my mom went with my brother to his classes. My dad went with me, and I was like, fuck. And then we get to that history class where that history teacher didn't like me, and he's like talking about, he goes, yeah, and then we have other people like Mr. Nellis back there that thinks everything's a joke and funny and da-da. Dude, I just looked over and I saw my dad do this, and I was like, oh, it's over for me.
You're just sitting
I'd
there.
have been like, what do you mean other people?
Just immediately make it a
And
bad
I'm just
thing.
like, and sure enough, so we were going to the other class, and he's like, we're done here. We're not going to your other classes. We're going home, and you and me are having a conversation. I was like, oh, damn.
Nah, dude. My elementary school was like, I hung out with the wrong kids, and I would get into trouble. Like, we used to have these referrals. I went to Cesar Chavez down here, and it was called Zaps. That was your referral. Dude, I would pull up with one almost all the time. And my dad goes, what the fuck happened now, dude? It's like, oh, this kid was hitting me with his binder, so I kicked him in the bus, and the binder hit his face. And my dad goes, what the fuck are you doing? Like, I was an asshole, and my dad would like beat the fuck out of me. And he was like, at times, as I got older, my dad was like, I mean, at least you could like defend yourself, but you're being a little shit right now. So like,
and then like
he would be on my ass.
We grew up in the age where fucking cyberbullying became a thing. It's like, how you gonna let somebody bully you over the phone? Turn off the fucking phone or the computer. It ain't fucking hard.
Yep.
Just give me a second and just unplug that shit real quick.
Yeah, it ain't fucking hard. That's how you avoid cyberbullying. Turn the fucking device off.
Getting bullied.
I don't know. I think
People are too
our
fucking
generation
sensitive.
our generation needs to do something different when they have kids or with their already born kids.
All I know is that when we have kids, cancel culture's got to go.
No, and then what irritates me is like the kid is throwing a tantrum and they just hand him a tablet.
Like the fuck, I never
Like-
had that. My mom wouldn't like
And
let me
it's
play
sad,
anything.
It's sad to say, like, I go to my dad's neighborhood and I just remember, damn, before this whole freaking neighborhood was full of kids running around playing cops and robbers tag. Dude,
I didn't see-
we'd grab old socks, put it as a ball just so we don't break anything, and we'd play baseball with that in the street, and we'd yell car. Now it's like
No one goes
no
out.
kids. They're all inside on their tablets, on their phones. It's like my little sister's probably one of the only ones, even when I was working from home and living with my dad, that she would tell me, hey, I'm gonna go outside and play outside, and I'd be like, well, stay right here on the side because I could see it through the window,
Yeah.
and my window's open. If you need, just yell. And she's like, okay. One of the only ones that goes outside and still plays. And I'm just like, dude.
It's so different now, dude.
It's
And
just-
too many people are online, always trying to, make people feel like they can't think the way they want to think. That's why, like I said, bro, that
Or caring what other fucking people think. Who gives a fuck what another person fucking
yeah,
thinks?
it's just like, what the fuck? I don't like if someone tried to tell me something. Again, this goes back to the whole cancel culture thing. If someone comes up to me and they're saying, well, you're saying this when it's really that, and I was like, well, I'm saying shut the fuck up and mind your own fucking business, because I'm not going out here purposely making someone's life miserable. I don't give a fuck what anyone does with their life. If you want to go shit on the fucking concrete outside, do as you please. You're fucking weird, but do it. I don't give a fuck what you're doing. But nowadays we have people that if you say something wrong, quote unquote, and you don't know if it's wrong, they just hate on you for it. They're not going to be like, hey, you shouldn't have said that. Like, I would have said it differently. Only because nowadays people are too fucking sensitive. We live in a world where we have a lot of fucking pussies that get sensitive about everything.
And I'm not going to lie, I don't even think it's the world. I think it's just here in the U.S.
Oh, yeah, the U.S.
I think
That's
so,
what.
yeah.
Yeah, I would say in the
because,
U.S. in general,
I mean,
not the world.
Like, you see other countries, they don't give a fuck.
Oh, yeah, the other countries are just vibing, living their
That's
life.
why it's sorry to say, but the U.S. is becoming a joke to the world. They're like, they're fucking soft.
They're too busy arguing with each other
Yeah.
about what fucking meme is the funniest thing. Like, everyone's so fucking, not only that, but everyone's so fucking sensitive with celebrities that they will pull something a celebrity said years ago, like late 90s or whatever, and then bring it back now, just because, like a comedian. The dumbest thing somebody could do is cancel a comedian because a comedian was even more harsh back in the day before things got sensitive.
Yeah.
And it's like, you really dug up all of that and said that a celebrity said the wrong thing, but it's like, first of all, they were able to do that before.
Yeah.
So why are you saying they can't do it now?
And then my thing is, you have the time to spend all that time just to do that, but you're one of the ones that are asking for welfare, not have a job, want EBT and all that shit. It's like, dude, get a life, fucking go work,
Contribute to fucking society.
like.
Do something.
Don't get me wrong. If you're on government aid, but it's a supplement, because that's what government aid is. Government aid is meant to be a supplement to your current income. It's not made for you to live off of completely. And being that I work for government agencies, I've dealt with people and had to explain to people plenty of times, look, this is what it is. Like, this is only supposed to be a supplement to your income. You're supposed to be working. You're supposed to contribute to society and this economy, And I don't have childcare. The government offers free childcare for low income people, free or reduced childcare for low income people. And I don't trust other people. So people just find any excuse so they don't have to work. And what pisses me off is when I was working in these government agencies, is that it's people our fucking age that don't want to fucking work.
That's so fucking embarrassing too. That's how you know that we grew up in a more old school household.
Well, it's even more embarrassing, like this whole new way that they're doing the draft. That now you have no choice from 18 to 26. And my brother even said, "All right, cool, but all the people that are willing to fight already aged out." So all these new kids, he goes, even when we get them, he's like, and when they come to my platoon, he goes, they're soft. The army even has to be soft on them because they complain. He goes, the boot camp that I went to and the boot camp that people went to previous to me is not the same boot camp. He goes, anybody could get through it now. It doesn't have the same requirements because they got to be nice to all these
They gotta
people.
be fair.
And it's just like, he's like, and then he goes, I'm not going to trust somebody out there with my life knowing that they are afraid because they went the soft route.
Yeah.
Like,
So fucking
No,
stupid.
just a quick question for you. So obviously we know that they passed the thing for the draft, 18 to 26 for males. Do you think females should be included? And to top off of that one, do you think genetically born males who no longer identify as a male should be included in that?
yep.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, I think so.
I think we're just at a time where, like, back in the day, it was just like ABC. Now it's like society has become more complex where it's like ABC, XYZ. Like, shut the fuck up and let's just focus on what we need to focus on. This is why people outside of our country laugh at us. It's like they're too busy belittling each other about stupid things while we're over here dealing with, worse shit, or in other cases, free healthcare. Like, we're dealing with certain things differently. And in our country, it's more of like everyone's just at each other's throats
Yep.
for the dumbest fucking things.
Even like I say, if the war would come here, who's gonna stand up? I guarantee everybody scatters, doesn't know what to do. It's only be a small portion of the U.S. that's gonna have guys
It's gonna be little militias.
and that'll actually like stand up. And they're for what? All these people trying to like, I get it, the guns and stuff, but if Russia or China or whatever country decided we're gonna attack the U.S., even though it's gonna start a big ass war, we're gonna do it. And you're against guns. You don't have. How are you gonna protect yourself? How are you gonna protect your family?
Can't.
You're gonna wait till the army gets here. By the time the army gets here, it's not gonna get here because that's the first places that they're gonna attack.
Yeah.
Army bases.
Yeah.
And
Army
whoever-
bases, air bases.
And whoever says, "Oh, they don't know where they're at," if we know where their base is at, they know where our bases are at.
Yeah.
Sorry to say. And we have more troops outside of the U.S. trying to keep everything leveled so it doesn't come here than we have here. So
Yeah, because here it's mostly reserve
and the National Guard.
and
That's
the
it.
National Guard. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, dude. Cancel culture is like one of the main things in society today. Is one of the main things that like legitimately annoys the fuck out of me. And not only that, but the way that our generation is, people our age, like unfortunately, just because of our age alone, we fall into that category in that generation when mentally we're a different area or a different generation, so to speak. But there's so many like fucking pansies, dude. Like when it comes to certain things, there's people that want to be somebody they're not. They want to immediately, oh, you want to do this and this regarding media, you gotta go to LA. Fuck LA. Fuck moving to LA. I would visit. Don't get me wrong, there's a lot of cool things to do. Dodger Stadium, going to a couple places. There's a fucking Nicaraguan restaurant that I went to with my family, because it reminded me of my grandma. Like, there's a lot of good places there. Living there, fuck that. I'm not trying to go there and be somebody I'm not. There's too many people I knew.
Even then, you put yourself in debt trying to move into fucking LA.
It's horrible, dude. And there's so many people. Like, I will work there if I need to, like with music and stuff. I've done that before. Like I said, I've gone to restaurants. We've all gone to a Dodger game together, and we've had a lot of fun. But at the same time, I'm not going out of my way to pack my bags and go there just to mentally and physically struggle and financially struggle trying to make it in music.
Yeah, it's not the 1930s, 1940s. La La Land no longer fucking exists.
Pretty much, dude. It's fucking ridiculous.
It's like if you're gonna make it, you can make it anywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm
If you have the
perfect-
ambition to fucking work, you can make it anywhere in life.
Yeah, and I'm one of those guys that like still pushes with music because it works. I got to work with a Latin Grammy producer living in Rancho. I got to work there. I got to drive to LA on my day off and work with them. And they didn't give a fuck. They didn't care where I was from. They just, you have stuff, you work.
You have a talent that's valuable, and
Yeah, they're like, fuck it. And I'm still good friends with both of them to this day. So it's just like one of those things where it's like the studio alone, we're not in LA. We're in Corona because we all live or lived here and grew up here. So it's like, of course, we're going to fucking keep it here. We don't need to go out over there to LA and constantly say, oh, this is what we do. We're this, that. Like, we're a homegrown studio where it's like, this is where artists want to actually build their craft. And now we give them a platform. This generation's not full of that. They just want stuff handed to them.
Yep.
yeah. And I think the only time like I could say I've ever claimed LA is like when you go on a trip or whatever, and you're talking to somebody you meet at a bar or somewhere. Oh, and they ask, oh, where are you from? And obviously, nobody's gonna know what fucking Moreno Valley or Riverside,
Or the
California
IE.
is. Or
I'm
the
from
IE.
Moval.
Yeah,
Where?
so I'm from LA. Oh, really? What part of LA? I'm from Cali. Or I used to live in Cali. Used to work in Cali. Whatever. I used
Yeah.
to. Well, actually, since you have an idea, I'm actually from Moreno Valley or Riverside, whatever. And I just say LA because nobody knows anything else besides LA, San Diego, or San Francisco.
Yeah, that makes more sense.
And it's even like me when they're like, I meet people from other states and they're like, oh, where did you grow up? I was like, Orange County. Well, where's that? Or, oh, Newport Beach? And I'm
Well,
like,
it's
no.
easy for you though, because if someone asks, "Oh, where's Orange County?" You ever heard of Disneyland?
Yeah, you got lucky.
Yeah, you got.
Fuck
You
it.
can.
If I say Rancho Cucamonga, then the fuck?
I knew Rancho though, because my uncle lived there.
I grew up in both Corona and
You
Rancho.
could you could say like, "Oh, I live in Rancho. I'm about 3 hours away from Vegas."
But that's so fucking.
It's fucking nothing.
I mean, it gives them an idea of where fucking Rancho Cucamonga
What are they
is.
gonna do? Pull out a fucking map? Oh,
And that too, that fucking, I don't know if you guys know, that pisses me off when someone doesn't know how to fucking read an actual map.
I don't know how to read a map. No, I'm just kidding.
I had it, well, luckily, and I'm grateful for it. If we didn't have phones or the fucking government decided shutting off all electronics and you need to get somewhere and you tell someone, oh, this way, or here's a map, they're gonna be like,
When they would print out stuff on like MapQuest
Dude, and
or
my-
whatever.
Yeah.
As
I'm lucky
direction.
that my dad, when I'd go work for him, he'd throw me his like map and be like, all right, tell me the fastest route to get to the job. And I'd be like, okay. And I had to kind of tell him. So I like, if I even my wife, if I tell her read a map, she's gonna be like, huh?
Just imagine how crazy that was back then in like the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, and shit like that. Like coming to California, whatever, and Like, and having to learn how everything is, the roads, or how to get to certain places. And then, like, you hear, oh, let's, people go to Vegas to vacation. Imagine pulling out that big-ass map in the middle when you're driving, like, okay, so I'm here. I'm going to go up this fucking highway and shit like that. Imagine how it was back then for people.
That's pretty gnarly. That's pretty insane. My dad used to, like, print out the MapQuest thing. So if we had to go to, like, I think it was, like, our first time going to Vegas, and he hadn't gone to Vegas in a while. And we had to go for my sister's cheer competition when we were all kids. So he had to print out MapQuest and show us where he had to go. And he was like, okay, so we got to go here, we got to go here. And he started knowing where to go now to where it's easier. For us, like, we have the luxury of, like, their navigation and just type it in. But, like, I would immediately think, like, our generation, unfortunately, if there was no maps or Google Maps and we had to do all the work of printing stuff out, I think that they would complain about that alone.
They would.
I'm like, why do I have to print all this out?
Anything that they have to physically do,
anything extra that they got to do,
they
they're gonna
complain.
bitch and complain about.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Because, like, even like my dad, when he tries to find, like, helpers, he goes, okay, and then, like, he's gotten so many, like, younger people like my age or even my brother's age, and they're like, yeah, we want to work together. He goes, okay, well, I'm gonna start you at the minimum because you don't know anything and you're basically a helper. And they're like, oh no, I want to make like $30-$40 an hour because I saw it on Google, that's how much plumber makes. And my dad's like, yeah, an experienced plumber. You don't know anything. Oh, then no, I don't want the job. Or they take the job and then they do one dig up with my dad and they're like, it's too much, I can't do it.
that
It's too much hard
baffles
work.
me. Like, and how do you get the experience?
Yeah.
You start inexperienced. Doesn't, regardless of what the fuck it is, like music, video editing, doing this, you think it's like, we're not coming in here knowing that we've done this for 5 fucking years. We came in, like, organized and did our shit and planned it accordingly, but it's like, oh, this is hard. Like, well, of course it's going to be a little complex, but, like, how else are we trying to get our name out there? Like, simple shit like that. Like with music, sometimes I get frustrated when I record because I feel like I fucked up. Like, there's times where he's stopping it and he goes, no, you got to do it like this, like this. I get frustrated sometimes, but at the same time, I'm not quitting on myself. I'm like, let's do it again. Let's do it again.
And even my dad said when he started with the company he was with that gave him the chance, he was making, I think he said, like $8 an hour. And for the first 90 days to see if he'd make it or not, all they did was, hey, this tech has a dig up, you got to go with them. And they're going to drop you off, go run other calls while you dig the trench. Oh, you're done? Okay, another tech's going to pick you up, take you to another trench. And that's all he did for 90 days was just dig. Because even the owner told him, if you could make it through all that,
If you could do the shit work,
then anything else is going to be cake. Even when I worked with him, he'd leave me and with the spray paint mark from here to here, and then dig it. Here's your guide. Once you find the pipe clear enough for me to do the repair, I'd be digging in this summer heat, digging until it was done, and I'd call him, hey, it's done. Okay, I'll be right there to pick you up. And he'd make the repair. I'd then be like, he'd be like, okay, now throw all the dirt back in, and he'd leave. And it's just
people
like,
can't do that shit nowadays.
no.
People
That's why,
complain about
like, I tell people.
well, there are people that can.
Yeah.
There are people
Because
that
there's
can.
people like us.
Yeah. Like I
that
have,
can.
like I mad props. I have a friend that he does concrete, and he's out in Paris right now, doing laying concrete.
Supposed to be 106 today.
He was,
Yeah,
he was there.
damn.
I think I saw in his story like Thursday, 119 degrees, and they're pouring concrete.
It's even hotter when you
But
get
then
into
again,
the ditch.
if you think about it, him and the group of friends that we had, we all grew up the same. So it's like we grew up with parents that didn't have. They gave us more than what they had, but they couldn't give us everything. So we were taught we got to work for what.
Yeah.
What we want.
And you know what? Like, to go back to what you said about that guy telling your dad that, he wants $30 to $40 an hour, shit like that. I think that all stems from too, like, in your childhood, like playing sports, and even though your team sucked or you guys got fucked up every game or got blown the fuck out, whatever, at the end of the season you still got a participation trophy or a fucking participation medal or a ribbon. Thanks for trying. Come back next year and do it again. See if you guys can change it. And I think participation trophies and shit like that are the dumbest thing in the fucking world. There's winners and there's fucking losers.
Yep.
Choose what side you want to be on, and then if you want to be a winner, act like a winner, train like a winner, play like a winner.
And then what? Like I went to for one of Bella's coworkers' son's little league games, right? And I went, and it was the only game I went to because I was in the area. I was like, I'm done with my meeting. I'll go over there. So I went to go watch him play. I was like, looking at the field. I was like, wait, there's a pitcher. I was like, why is there 7 people in the outfield? And they're like, what? That's how they line them up. I was like, there should only be a center fielder, left fielder, right fielder. Why is there all these kids? And then one of the moms like, oh, it's because the coach wants all of them to get playing time. I'm like, no. I was like, y'all are lucky you guys had asked me to coach, and I said no. Because 1, they lose, they're running laps. 2, there's only 3 outfielders. I don't care. You want that position, you got to beat them. Outshow them in practice. You don't show up to practice, you're not playing. I don't care what your parents had to say. And to know that and that's how it was when I played Little League. You show up on time, you lose, you guys are running. You win, you guys are still running. Like, and now it's like, no, everybody wins, everybody's
a winner.
And it's like, and then I was
All
like,
of a
how do you guys do your guys' season? They're like, well, everybody makes the playoffs. Like, what? That's not how it should be.
Yeah.
Top teams make the playoffs.
That makes no sense. I don't know. I learned this from Kevin Hart. I think it was like one of his specials, and I was like at the beginning, and it was one of those things where everybody wants to be famous, but nobody wants to put the work in.
Yep.
And I take that very seriously because I take a couple things very seriously. 1, do the job that you love. If you don't love it, don't do it. Plain and simple. If I didn't love music, I wouldn't do it. Like but I love it because it's my therapy. Doing this like as well, like I love it. You know, I get eager knowing that we are going to have a greater show and get 1% better, learning certain positioning, you know, our camera positions, our mic positions, you know, all of that. And the shorts, like, okay, maybe I could do this a little bit better, you know, but I love doing it. That's why I do it. But at the same time, the more work that we're putting into that, knowing that it's not that easy to immediately like get one video and watch it get 1 million views, it's not that fucking easy. Like, thank God for advertising, because on TikTok I saw videos of ours immediately skyrocket with people commenting on it, people loving it, and it's getting shown out. Instagram and YouTube, I didn't advertise shit. That just generates that organically. And with TikTok, I just saw it skyrocket because TikTok's like that bread and butter where you have to advertise correctly. And seeing how that goes, it's like, okay, we're at a good path. We keep pushing to where if we have a successful thing like this, which by the looks of it, it's getting to where we need to be. It's not going to happen overnight, but it's going to happen in due time. And we're eager of that, and we're aware of that, which is cool. There's people that want to do stuff like this. But when they know how much you have to pay for a studio, when they know how much the equipment's going to be if they don't have anything, and when they know how much it's going to be for advertising, like, fuck that. Like, in order to make money, you have to spend money.
Yeah.
Like, it's not that fucking easy.
Scared money don't make money.
Exactly. Like, you can't sit here and just fucking be like, oh, I want everything free without saying the word free. It's just like, that's not how that fucking works, bro.
It's not even how the world works.
It's not. Like, you think fucking
But for
gas
some
is
people,
free?
That's how they think it is, because those people on government aid and shit like that, it's just handed to them.
And then how, like, a lot of people, like, even a lot of people tell me, oh, are you doing the podcast because you want to get famous? It's like, no, I don't care if I get famous or not. It's just to fuck around and have fun and do whatever we want.
And if it does become successful, that's a win-win. Like, we're having fun.
I was like, I don't care about the fame. I don't care about that. I was like, even if we did get the fame and got popular, I'd be like, I'd still be me. If people, and we have fans and stuff that see me in public, I'd still be me. I'd still be the person like, oh, we know you from the podcast. Can we take pictures? Yeah, sure. Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't need all that. Like, some celebrities have all this. Like, I don't care about security. Like, you hate me. All right, whatever. And like you said, you're not I'm confrontational. So if you're going to come hate on me, come tell me in my face. Like,
yeah.
But if you want to come because you're a fan of the podcast or whatever, and we are famous, I'm not going to see myself as famous. I really don't care.
It's just another day. Like, that's the cool thing too, is I've seen people. Oh man, he knows. The guy that I did a remix with for Taste, that guy, would act like that. And I was too blind to see it. But then I started noticing when it came to filming the music video. That music video, I paid for the film, the videographer, one of my good friends who recently got married too. Congrats, by the way. But years ago, he filmed it for me. He didn't want to charge me, and I charged, or I paid. I was like, you deserve it. Fuck it. You did all this. I also paid for the Airbnb. I paid for about like 80% of it. So, and it was in Woodland Hills. So of course that shit was expensive. And I paid for one night. That's it, because that's all we need. And the same dude that be flaunting about, oh, I know Chris Brown, I know this. He wanted someone to he asked these two girls in LA. This is why I don't like LA, like living there. He asked these two girls, oh, can we take a picture together? And they're like, no, right? And then you know what he told one of my friends? Oh, these two girls wanted to take a picture with me. And I said, no. Fuck you. Like, first of all, if anyone wants to take a picture of me, everyone wants to take a picture of me. People that know me as a genuine person, they have drunk videos of me. They have drunk pictures of me. They have funny shit of me. Probably memes. Probably the one with the racetrack of my bald head. Like, all of that. I don't take it to heart. I'm still the same person. Like, when I did ErgFest, my first time doing ErgFest, the first year, people were congratulating me like, oh, like, we love your work. We love all that stuff. So, oh, cool. Like, okay. Like, I love it. Doing all this stuff, like, I don't go around telling people, oh, by the way, I've done this, this, and this. It's a normal conversation. Unless people are trying to network, then of course I'm going to tell them about what I've done. Like, that's just how I function. That's just, oh, I also do music, and we just started this podcast. Oh, how's the podcast going? Oh, it's good. You know, we're working out the kinks, but like, we love it. It's fun. Like, if we become successful at it, we become successful at it. I think that's cool. It's a win-win to me, but at the same time, we're loving what we do. We're doing it comfortably. It's not like we're very quick to be like, oh, we want so-and-so to see it. I don't give a fuck who sees it and who doesn't see it. I give a fuck about us being comfortable to do this, to where if it becomes successful and we're very financially stable for that, and this becomes considered as a job, we're loving it. And it's not like we have to constantly do things and push envelopes and stuff. We're just the same motherfuckers that planned on doing this when we were drunk on Call of Duty. It's just the way it is. And I think that is how you can be successful for people that want to be successful. Like, let's say there's people that want to do this and they want to be successful. Be yourself. Stop acting like you fucking know everybody and everything, because you don't. And just do the damn job. Know what money you have to spend to get to that level. It's not that fucking easy. It's not easy forking out the money, but again, in order to spend money, or in order to make money, you have to spend it first. It's just the truth. And that's the world we live in. That's how the life works, you know, and I'm cool with that. I'm like, all right, cool. Pay for this studio session. Let's get this done. Boom, boom, boom. Okay, I got to pay for this. I got to pay for that. I got to pay for that. And let's get it done, because that's how things are going to get advertised correctly. That's how people are going to see it that aren't familiar with us personally. They're going to see it. They become fans of it. And then they're going to see exactly how it skyrockets. And we're going to see how much it skyrockets. Like, we didn't fucking think we were going to get 12 to 13,000 on our first short.
Fucking, when going into this, I told our buddy Frank, fucking, you know, I'll be happy if 50 people watch our first podcast, our first episode of the podcast on YouTube. I'd be happy if 50 people watched it.
Yeah.
Well, we doubled that.
Yeah.
Within 3 days.
And then, even then, like people are like, well, you guys don't have that many followers. Like, I don't care who follows us. I don't care who doesn't follow us.
I don't give a fuck.
I was like, I don't care about that. I keep my circle small for a reason.
It's
I was
true.
like, there's a lot of people out there that want to have a big old circle and say, I know this person, I know that person, I hung out with them. Okay, cool, good for you. I was like, but deep down, you know, you're living a fake life and you're miserable.
And we're just living our lives.
I was like, I'm just here. Like, it is what it is. I fuck around and tell Bella, like, oh, this isn't gonna be famous. I'm gonna come out in movies. Like, I don't give a fuck. If someone tells me, hey, we want you guys all to come out in a movie,
I'll be like,
okay, I'm no actor, so do I expect the
and then us three are gonna be stupid as fuck behind the scenes, just fucking with each other. It's like, oh, okay, go. Like, it's just, I love that, and that's cool. And what's cool is, like, you said it best too. Is like, we didn't expect. It's not that we expected the worst. No. It's just, we're not going to immediately dive into this thing and say, oh, we want 1 million people to
I
watch
was
her
like,
after
oh,
that.
now I have a podcast. I'm popular. Leave me alone. Like, don't
No,
say like
fuck
I
that,
don't care.
dude. I love when people talk about it because I start giggling. I'm like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? And then they start bringing up, like, thank God I learned editing along the way too on certain things. I was like, oh, like I didn't think about the fucking Porky Pig picture, but I was like, this is funny. So I was like, I'm gonna do it because I know, fuck it, there's a pig right in front of me. People are gonna make fun of me. They're gonna roast me. At least they're getting the views. And it's like looking at the Roast Podcast Instagram right now. I put it as a business account because that way I could see how our views are, and I just do that for the sake of me. But it's like, dude, in the past 30 days, we've had 2,000 people look at the account. Doesn't have to be the followers, but just that alone is like, okay, people are seeing it. It's cool and it's dope because it shows that our videos, we're all putting all of our names onto those videos along with the roast. That's getting the popularity for the roast, and people are watching it more. Because now they're asking, when's the next episode? When's the next episode? And that's where the ball gets rolling. And I think that that's by far one of the best things to know with what we're doing is we're on the verge of slowly climbing. And even if we're just, our mindset is like, just keep doing what we're doing. We're not fucking expecting much. Like if stuff falls into our hands because of the success that we have, then it's like, oh, sick. Like we're doing our job. We're doing our due diligence by making these funny videos, making these podcasts, being organic about it. We're not expecting a fat check in our pocket. We're just expecting for people to be like, "Oh, this is fun. This is cool." Like they're, and the people that know us personally know that we're not switching up. It's which is dope because they'll be quick. Correct me if I'm wrong. With the way that our friends and family are, they'll be quick to be like, "You're a fucking liar." Like legit. Like you don't act like that. But then they see it and they're like, okay, they're themselves.
And then pretty much all we're doing here is just, I guess, like quote unquote, you can say locker room talk.
Yeah.
Stuff that you can't really say out in public, but we're going to say it anyways.
Well, I say it anyways.
Yeah, I mean, we still say it, but I mean,
unless we're on a
there's
Call of
some
Duty
people
lobby,
that
then
are-
we're definitely
that
saying
find it offensive if it's said out loud in public.
If it's sensitive, go fuck yourself. I don't think we give a fuck. We're being ourselves. If you're telling us that we can't be ourselves, then you're part of the
Go
problem.
fuck off.
Fuck off and go watch
Well,
fucking
Whether you throw your tantrum and cry and try to I don't give a fuck.
and go watch
Go
Neon
behind
get
your screen.
I was like, go
talk
ahead
all
and
the shit you
cancel
want.
me. I really don't care.
talk all this shit. Go
Tell me
go watch
something
something
new
else.
that I haven't heard yet. You know, if you're gonna jump behind the screen or type something out,
Go watch something else,
Yeah.
bro. Go watch fucking Neon get chased by Team Diaz.
That was hilarious.
That is pretty fucking funny.
that's tonight. No,
It is.
Oh, the fight's tonight?
Masvidal and Diaz. I think it's tonight.
Is it?
Oh, man, there's going to be a hella
Oh,
traffic.
he said it is, but money.
They're hella traffic
you
by
gotta.
my
It's at the
neighborhood.
Honda Center.
Yeah, there's going to be hella
Oh.
traffic in my neighborhood.
Ah, what a whore. Anyways, so
I'm staying home.
he's gonna be staring at the Disney.
I get to watch it for free.
I get to watch it for free now too. Shout out Jesse.
I can't watch it.
I got a streaming box, so
I
I
could
got to
give
watch
you what Jesse gave me. I'll send it to you. and
I
you
have
can-
a streaming box.
That's what
so.
I'm gonna use next weekend to stream the
So-
Tracy Cortez fight.
Oh, I was going to say,
Of course.
I was going to take my little streaming box because it just works off Wi Fi. I could take it anywhere.
Okay.
And it catches anything.
Because that one I have to stream it off my phone. But if
Wait,
you want to bring
there's
that,
a fight next week.
No, I don't have to stream it on my phone. It's a little box.
No,
That's
no,
how
I'm saying
watch
I
it.
have to stream it from my phone.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about because Bella's cousins in Whittier did it for the last Canelo fight. But it if you have to keep your phone charging or else it's gonna eventually die.
Or so, like what I noticed with what he gave me is if too many people jump on like this, because there's several different servers. So if too many people jump on the server that you're on at the same time, it'll just buffer, and then it'll kick you out, and then you just have to jump right back in, and it'll pick up where you
No,
left
this
off.
one it doesn't do that because it's streaming off like the actual fighting networks.
So we're watching the fight at your house next week.
Yeah, the Thug Rose,
Doug
Tracy Cortez
Rose
fight.
and
Yeah.
your Sancha.
So
your
I'll
makeup
take
Sancha?
the little box with me because all it is Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
So
I'm
you
down.
just connect it to your Wi-Fi and then just
And I tried to plan a whole little barbecue and shit, and I was like, oh, you know, I have the Dodger game and shit like that. The fucking Dodgers play at 10 in the morning next Saturday because they're playing in Detroit. In Detroit, they don't play night games.
I mean that's how the Angels are right now. They're playing hell early because they're playing the Cubs.
Yeah, I was like, oh, motherfucker, they play at 10 in the morning? I'm not even going to be up to watch the fucking game.
You barely wake up. Shit.
Yeah.
No, but other than that, I think that this was a very solid episode for being a 0.5 episode.
For being a rerun.
For being a rerun. Oh, it's a rerun. For being a rerun episode, I think that we actually talked a lot more and talked about how I fucked up and not hitting record. But obviously, we're at the time where we talk about, you know, the best things in life. Which one of you guys want to start?
I'll go.
You go.
I mean, this week with work and all, just hearing from not like my job itself, but like the meetings I go to with those board members at the HOA, and knowing that they appreciate you for everything that I do, and they're like, we don't know how you deal with all the homeowners, and then have to come to meetings and see some of them after
Giving you your flowers.
yeah. So just knowing that, and it just made me like feel good, like, oh, so I'm just doing my job right. Even one of the board members are like, honestly, you're the best that we've had in like a long time, and we appreciate that. You're on top of everything. You answer our calls all the time. Homeowners are happy. Like, just made me feel good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's from a video that I reposted on my story on Instagram from Taylor Lewan, former Titans left tackle, co-host of Bussin' with the Boys. It was from one of their older episodes, and like he said, nothing's better than day drinking with the boys. Why start at 9 p.m. when you can start at 9 a.m.?
It's 5 o'clock somewhere.
Exactly.
That actually is accurate.
Frank seen it and messaged me. He was like, "Oh, that just reminds me of like the time that we went to Big Bear. We went to Big Bear a couple of times, just a bunch of the guys and whoever we were with at the time, whatever. And we'd party until 3-4 in the morning, and then be up at, I want to say 8-9 o'clock making breakfast and already drinking. And I mean, it was just an all day thing, and fucking." That's probably like some of the best times I had, like coming out of high school and shit, was fucking
Just parties.
day drinking with the boys.
We should do that.
We should.
We should just plan a Big Bear trip.
Definitely.
Beer Olympics in Big Bear.
Oof.
Ooh, you just want us to get fucked up.
Hey, I mean,
We do
for
have
my
to plan it.
brother-in-law's bachelor party, that's technically what we did. We didn't go to sleep. Like, I
We need-
passed out drunk at like
We need an
1 in
episode
the
where
morning.
we need an episode where we plan. Didn't mean to cut you off. We need to plan on one episode, and then the next episode is the actual.
Either a beer Olympics or a case race.
What the fuck is a case race?
Pretty much what it is. So you have a case of beer, either 24, 36. Everybody has to agree to an amount.
And whoever finishes it
Whoever
first.
finishes it first. Obviously, you know,
Oh, I'm losing.
I'm probably
you
losing.
can try to pound it as fast as you can in the beginning, but
This dude's gonna
you're
fucking.
gonna level
stone
out
cold-
after a while.
This dude's gonna stone cold Steve out.
You seen that video? That was at one of the Big Bear trips, bro. That was like at 10 in the morning.
Yeah.
Woke up, ate some breakfast. Shout out Big Man making breakfast.
But honestly, that would be cool though, because we'd be able to have like all the guys there. Everybody would kind of get to see all the guys that we talk shit about on here and make fun of, and
That'd be cool.
it'd
And
be-
we could do the how you wanted the little mics.
Get
yeah,
our little
we could
mics.
do the
The
little,
little
mics.
mics.
Gotta get them on fucking Amazon. We'll record it.
They're not expensive. I was looking at them because
Ooh.
they sell them. Some of them come with like little charger cases, like AirPods. I think I saw one that comes with like 3 of them. It was like $60.
That wouldn't be bad.
Don't put me in charge of that. I lose my vape. I'm gonna lose those little fucking mics in a heartbeat.
Oh, I'll keep an eye on them. Even if I'm drunk,
I think that would be like a cool like thing.
that'd be a cool
I've
thing.
seen you when you're drunk, bro. You ain't gonna keep an eye on them.
I will.
You're gonna give
Ooh.
yourself a bloody nose again.
He's gonna forget to record again.
I did that sober. I did that shit. I fucking did it sober. It was like, oh, we gotta redo it.
You know what? Kenny's gonna have to be in charge of fucking recording because we can't trust you.
Kenny's probably gonna call. Don't fucking forget to hit record, bro. But yeah, we got to do that though. For me, I would have to say pretty much what you said. I mean, you guys can all vouch for this. We left a company where we break our backs, you know, and they're just like, "Thanks for doing your job," which is like that's why people leave. So now it feels refreshing to be a part of new places, and you're getting acknowledged for your work, bro. It hasn't even surpassed a year for me. I'm getting acknowledged everywhere in that job, and it's like, what the fuck? And then I'm like weirded out because I'm like, I've never
feels
gotten
weird.
that. It feels weird because I'm like, what the fuck? I'm so used to hearing. I told my boss like, I'm so used to hearing like, you know, you did your job, and it's like not in verbatim, but to that extent, and it's just like, oh, all right.
I mean, I never expected to get a fucking good job, you know. I mean, because again, it is
but it
a
speaks
job.
volume. Like I don't expect anyone to
It's
come
nice
up
to
to
get
me.
your flowers every once in a while. You like, you know, like a little shout out. You know, shout out to Jimmy for doing this, and this,
Yeah.
knocking this out, or you know, raising customer satisfaction to this or whatever, or being so efficient in this, or Miguel fucking balancing double your fucking workload and fucking covering for whoever's out and shit like that. And
Yeah.
it's I don't look for it at work, because again, it is a job. You're there to do what they want you to do, but it is nice every once in a while just to get that,
Yeah, and
Get your flowers.
I've never been one to be like, oh, you're not gonna tell me good job, but like, especially with our position, you too, because you were in management too. But like us specifically, like running everywhere, getting shit done, having to run a warehouse, whatever, and like we're not getting anything but, oh, this is crooked, and it's like, you know what I'm saying?
Not even that one time that me and Esteban literally, I felt bad for him. Like, obviously, at the time I was engaged, but I lived in Moreno Valley. My now wife lived down here. I was still gonna drive down, but knowing him, he has his kids and his wife or fiance. I don't know what she is now, but
fiance still.
and it's freaking Christmas Eve. He had plans to make cookies. The company decided, oh, we're going to do trucks after they told us no trucks.
Oh, I remember
and
that.
we stayed there, pouring rain, unloading
that.
trucks, waited till like 2 a.m. The trucks never showed. They never told us they weren't coming. Him having to go home to possibly an argument because his kids were waiting for him to make cookies and stuff for Christmas Eve, and none of that. And then coming back after our Christmas Day for everybody to just be like, well, that's part of the job.
You know
It's
what?
kind of like,
Shout out to shitty bosses, because that's what makes the job somewhat enjoyable, is having a shitty boss and fucking getting with your little group of coworkers and shit and just fucking ragging on that boss. Just fucking tearing them down.
Shout out to the dipshit bosses.
Yeah. I mean, we all have one in common, that we could say she was a fucking tool.
she wasn't my boss, but she was too.
You were my boss at one point, and I was like, oh, I don't ever want to work for this fucking asshole, because I seen the way you treated some of your guys, but I never give you the reason. I think
he loved me.
one time I gave him the reason, and after that he made me feel stupid in front of a girl, and I was just like, yeah, I'm not gonna give him that reason.
Fast forward to now, we're doing a fucking podcast together, talking about stupid shit and talking about the times we get drunk and get bloody noses and singing Chris Stapleton.
Day drinking with the boys.
Day drinking with the boys. We got to do that though. But I think that this episode today was even better one, like a 1-up, despite it being the half, kind of
3.5.
3.5. So, and I can't wait for everyone to be like, why 3.5? And
We're gonna give that first one a little assist.
the first one a little assist, and we're gonna call it the lost tape. Because there's no visual, but there's audio. But yeah, we do appreciate everything that you guys have done for us. This was another great episode. Even with the hiccups that we've done, we crack jokes about it. No one gets sensitive about it. But
And again, we're not professionals. We're new to this. We have normal 9-to-5s. This is just a hobby that we have and that we enjoy and that we all wanted to partake in as a group of friends. And we,
That's
again,
true.
we appreciate all the support. We're gracious for everything. Please keep liking, subscribing, sending to your friends. Hell, if you're talking shit, keep talking shit, because in the end, we're still getting the view.
exactly. And again, we thank you guys for all of your guys' supports. Stay tuned for episode 4. It's gonna be actually 4, not 4.5. It's actually 4
And a half.
and a half. And it'll be, multiple things where we talk about the dumbest shit per usual. I might even move the beer Olympics there so we can start planning that. I think that'd be pretty cool. But yeah, do you have anything else to say before we start signing off?
Nope.
All right. So again, thank you guys for everything. And, we hope to continue this and continue to make funny content for you guys. So thank you guys for watching, and have a great day.
Peace out.
Yay, yay, yay.